What's up guys, my name is Stepan and I'm here with Matt.
Hi guys.
And today we've got a lot of coins to talk about. The markets go crazy, so let's start with Aptos, which is 40% up since our open. Then we've got KAVA in the second part of the video, which has performed really well in last couple of days. Since our open, it's up 40 to 50%. Then we've got LDO here, which is also up 30% since our open. And then we'll talk about the majors like Bitcoin and ETH, and also we'll compare Bitcoin to S&P index, and we'll talk about the reason behind Bitcoin outperforming traditional markets so well.
Yeah, that is a pretty good sum up. Just before we get into the video, just a quick disclaimer. This is not financial advice and you should only trade if you are experienced. So let's start talking about Aptos. Which, as we already said, is up 40% since we talked about the setup last time. So the idea of the setup was this. This is a support. It's the only support on the daily. So it should hold. So you just open the support and you either target the resistance, which has already been hit. That was the first price target. And then you just go for the higher targets. So, all right, so let's talk about what you do if you didn't open the trade. So I think that you either wait for this daily to close. If it closes above the support, you can open it, though I don't think that's the best trade setup out there. It would look something like this. You either target this resistance, which I don't think is that strong, so this would probably be the trade. Your invalidation would be a daily close below the daily support. Your first price target would probably be this resistance, the top, the highest. But I think it's just better to look at the lower time frames and wait for something like this, just some consolidation. You see something like this in the market, it starts ranging, so you have a range like this and it just goes up, down, up, down, up, down. So you just open the bottom of the range, set the trade like this, close below the range is your invalidation, and you just target the higher prices. I think that is a bit smarter than opening the daily, but since everything looks so bullish, I don't think that the daily open is that bad either. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think this trade looks great, but of course it would be much better to open at 9.7. So if you want to stick around for next great opens, which we'll definitely talk about in our next videos, you should definitely hit the subscribe button and press the notification bell so you don't miss out on any other trades that are coming.
Yeah, I agree. So let's move on to the next coin, which is KAVA.
Alright guys, KAVA. KAVA is really interesting because we talked about the trade on 8th of March when we published the video. Our trader John talked about it as one of the coin with bigger potential.
I would enter around here and my stop loss would be beneath the range, something like this.
And since then it made 45%. I think he already took some profits because his profits were at this levels. So he definitely took some profits there. And since then we moved higher. So if we check out weekly right now, we can see that we got pretty strong level, which didn't hold us. We're kind of above, but the week is not over yet. And if you still have some, or like if you have a big position in KAVA, I would definitely recommend to take some profits.
All right, so if I may stop you, yeah, I think this weekly resistance is really strong. So if you are in some positions, you should really take some profits. But I also think that if we break this, it could be like the open signal. Like you could just take this trade. So you have something like this. You open the weekly close above the resistance and you target, I think these levels. This is the first target. Is just this range. Also this one. So somewhere around here would be your target. And the weekly close below would be your invalidation. But that's about the weekly. I think this is a really strong level. So if you are in trades, just take some profits, but we could go way higher. When you move on to the daily and say you are still in trades, I think you have a great invalidation here because your invalidation is basically losing this support. So if you do lose that support, it starts looking really bad. But as long as we are above it, I think this range are your like next targets. So this range, most likely bottom level of the range. So if you are still in it, looks something like this for you right now. So yeah, it would really be great to take off some profits, but just keep in mind that we can go way higher and the setup is still looking really great. So hopefully you all opened it when we called the trade, and now let's just move on to the next coin.
Okay, but before we move to BTC, we should say that you should definitely stick around till the end because we're going to talk about LDO and our 50% trade and where to take the profits.
Well, looking at Bitcoin, it looks like this. It's just insane. It's up 30% in the last 4 days, which is crazy. Like, we've not seen that in a while. And the most crazy thing about this is that S&P is not up at all. All right, so we had CPI today. It's this candle. It turned out to be the same as expected, so not bullish nor bearish. But Bitcoin just went up like how many? It went up 4%, even though it wasn't even that bullish. While S&P, it went up, but it's falling all the way back down right now. And as always, it's just really bullish to see crypto go up while the S&P and all of the traditional market is just consolidating or going down. And it makes me even more bullish on crypto for the next few days. What do you think?
Yeah, let's add the information that 3 banks in the USA went under. They got bailed out from government, so the banks are okay. But people may be a little bit scared to hold their money in banks. So that might be the reason why crypto is going higher. Also, it could be the speculation.
Yeah, exactly. I'd also like to add up that look at the monthly chart. Like, I've never seen anything as beautiful as the Bitcoin monthly chart. You have this deviation, then you have the breakthrough resistance, then you stop at resistance, you consolidate for a while, then you retest the support, you get a wick right here, and then you just take the wick, absolutely like run away from the support and break the resistance and just go up. This just looks insane. If you just trade the monthly purely, like your target is 35k, I think the better targets are 28 or 32 though. But considering the narrative of people moving their money from banks into crypto, we could go a bit higher if the narrative is actually true. So yeah, I mean, just the Bitcoin chart looks great. That's basically about it. Like, all of the time frames are bullish. Everything is great. Also, if you're not in any trades yet, well, I think the best thing to do right now is either you could maybe open this support and just do something like this. You just have the support, close below is your invalidation, and you just get on to the next leg, or wait for some consolidations like this one. I talked about this I think yesterday or 2 days before. Just in the last video, I talked about us waiting for some consolidation. If you get a consolidation, you just open into that. It was this one. This was the consolidation. You would have opened at the bottom of the range and you would have just waited for it, and then it just went straight up. So maybe just look for something like this and you could get into the trades also. I mean, consider obviously just open if you are also bullish, because if you're bearish, just, I don't know, try to find some setups for you. But I think these are really great. So that's about Bitcoin. Anything else to add?
No. Let's move to ETH BTC.
All right, so let's get on to ETH BTC. We will just skip the ETH USD chart because it's not as important as the ETH Bitcoin one. We'll get back to it later. So ETH Bitcoin, we talked about this double bottom. We've been talking about it for a while. Well, the bottom bounced us up and now we have a double top. So in the last video, I said that this looks really bad and I think that this support should hold us. And I also said that this could be a good point to rotate some of your Bitcoin into ETH. So far, it looks like it is going to hold us. I think if you open the support, it's a great trade for you. You can be taking some profits either here or here. And if we break this level, we're just going way up and beyond. So say you opened this, you had this, the daily close would be your invalidation. So this is the smallest of the trades, and this is the biggest one of them. This is just the this trade is just the difference between Bitcoin and ETH, so that's why it's not as many percent as our other setups. But yeah, I think that's basically about ETH Bitcoin on the daily. On the weekly, it's still the same. Something to add?
Yeah, I have nothing to add up.
Okay, yeah. So now let's move on to LDO. I talked about LDO in the last 2 videos. I talked about this setup. I have this thing here for a while now. So I talked about it at these levels, and I said that this support looks like it's gonna hold us, and the trade is something like this. You open the support, your invalidation is close below the support, and your targets are the new highs. Ever since then, it's up 35%, and we're still not on the targets, which are way higher. But I think it's just a good time to take off some profits right now also, because if you look at the lower time frames, we're starting to run into these things, and this just doesn't look as great. though the reasonable targets are tops, obviously. So that's basically about LDO on the lower time frames. I think there's not much more to say.
Okay guys, I hope these trades were helpful for you. I hope you opened some positions before this pump came. If you didn't, don't worry, another position will come for sure for you. So if you don't want to miss any other positions, subscribe and to press the notification bell so you don't miss any of our next videos, and see you next time guys. Bye.
Bye.